Hello dear tea friends from around the world. Welcome to a new tea class with me, Stéphane Erler. We are in Taiwan live. So there are live problems that can happen, like 12 hours ago my microphone was empty and you could not hear me, so I'm redoing this class about health, cheese and tea. I'm the founder of the Tea Masters blog and also of the tea-masters.com tea boutique, where you can find my selection of great teas from Taiwan, from Yunnan, and also great accessories, porcelain and also I Ching teapots, and beautiful clothes for the tea table. Today we are doing again our already 8th class about health and tea, and one great way to improve our health and to enjoy life is to combine tea and food together. For this you can find lots of good ideas of tea pairing in this book by T. Parker, the tea sommelier, my tea master. It's available on Amazon, and you'll get the link in the description of this post. I'm making no money from this, but I think it's important that we learn to do very nice tea pairings, and today I wanted to show you how to do a tea pairing, by starting with something quite simple, cheese. And of course it's a great subject because I'm French, I love tea, so are we going to how to make both combine? This is going to be quite interesting. I've prepared 2 cheeses and 3 different teas. Now let's start by making them. We'll do them together. Here, High Mountain Oolong from Alishan, Shenzhou. Why a High Mountain Oolong? Because it's one of the most popular teas in Taiwan, and it has some buttery fragrances that and milky fragrances that might be quite good with a cheese pairing. We have then a Sheng Pu'er. I'm using my 2003 Wild Yiwu Sheng Pu'er and my 2003 Shou cake with this yellow mark. This one is only $50 per gram per cake, sorry. And this one, this Alishan is currently in promotion, so great teas at good prices also. Now let's start to anyways all clean. And the Shou Pu'er. So why Pu'er? Because these are the teas that T. Parker recommends for cheese. So I'm using a Shou and a Sheng, and also this Alishan, because we are in Taiwan, and maybe it could go well with cheese. So, but the best way to find out is to test. That's why we are doing this test today, and I want to show you how to proceed. It's easier with cheese or with food that is already fully prepared. It's more complicated with a meal where you have to cook the meal. So sometimes this does not give you the time to prepare the tea. It's more difficult to juggle cooking the meal and brewing the tea at the same time. With something like cheese or something like a cake or some pastry, it's easier because these foods are already done. You usually don't have to prepare them at the same time. But I want to show you how to proceed, what steps to take when you are tasting here this cheese, for instance. Cheese is a more it has usually a high fat content, but fat on its own is not bad for our health. All the risks come actually always from excesses, so you don't want to eat too much of certain foods, but and you also want to reduce your calorie intake. So by changing the pairing from wine to tea, we are reducing a lot of calories, because alcohol and wines are very contain a lot of sugar in the form of sugar, but also in the form of alcohol. So if you switch to a tea, it's going to reduce your calorie intake a lot, and in terms of gaining weight, it's most of the time the problem is not fat, it's when you combine fat and sugars and carbs. The combination of both is a little bit too much for the body, and then it accumulates in the form of fat. So, but if you only eat cheese, actually this is quite well processed, and with tea it helps to not retain the fat in your body, but it will be eliminated. Okay, the leaves are open, so we can pour our tea. Here we can notice how very clever this design is for this competition set. It will fit, the cupping will fit on the cup. Let's take these away. And we can see 3 beautiful colors for the High Mountain Oolong, for the Sheng Pu'er, which is almost 20 years old, and for the Sho Pu'er. Bring them a bit closer. I hope you can see them well. And now let's start. We'll bring our porcelain teaspoons. I'll remind you how to use these spoons to smell the tea the professional way. So first you put the teaspoon in contact with the brew, you dry it, and you make sure that the last drop of tea comes off, and then you smell the back of the spoon, and here it will exhale a lot of smells. It's the professional way of smelling tea while we are waiting a little bit for the tea to cool down. So 3 very typical teas with high mountain freshness, with the power of Sheng Gushu Pu'er, and also with woody smells and a softness of Sho Pu'er. Now, here is how we are going to proceed now. Let's take 2 spoons. So I start with the High Mountain Oolong. Let's start with one of the cheeses. I have not introduced them yet. Let's have 2. One soft paste Cœur de Neuchâtel. This is a cheese that is somehow between Brie and Camembert. It is in the shape of a heart. And next to it I will try also a Comté. That is between 1 and 1.5 years old. So 2 French cheeses. Both are made with unpasteurized milk, so they contain useful bacteria that help also our digestion. That's why cheese is really good for your health, but not in. But we don't have to eat too much of it, especially such good cheeses. So, how do we proceed? We drink first a little sip of the tea just to clean the mouth. And now take a small bite and add the tea. And try to notice how the addition of the tea changes the taste of the cheese in your mouth. Okay, I did not notice much change, more softening. The cheese kind of went off a bit. Now with the Gushu Shengpuer, same, first a little sip to clean the mouth. Now a little bit of cheese, and now we add the tea. Here I notice that the salty note of the cheese becomes magnified by the addition of the Shengpuer. So it made it more salty. Now let's do with Shoupuer. First a little sip to rinse. Nice woody smells. Now we take a bit of cheese. Try not to take too much, otherwise you need more cheese. And try to notice what is the impact before when you have the cheese in your mouth, and after when you add the tea. I still have a little bit of. Here I get a more intense cheese feeling with the Shoupuer. Really the cheesy scents were accentuated. So whereas with the High Mountain Oolong, it kind of reduced the intensity of these cheese smells. Here it intensified the saltiness, but with the Shoupuer, it really intensified this typical light paste brie cheese smells. So for this particular cheese, definitely the Shoupuer is the best match. It's the one that lets you have more of the cheese taste, and if you are eating this cheese because you like this type of cheese, so you get more of it. With High Mountain Oolong, you get less of it, and here with Shengpuer, you get more the salty note. So maybe if you are passionate about salt, maybe this would be a good match for you. But I think for most people, the Shoupuer is the best match for this Cœur de Neuchâtel cheese, and I got similar results with the brie. Now, let's do similar testing with the Comté now. Again, first a little sip to rinse. Now, little piece of Comté. Comté is more intense in flavor. And now, Okay, it's there are some places where the smells join, but I don't feel a particular good match between this cheese and this tea. Let's try with Sheng Pu'er. A little sip to rinse. And now now here the fragrances of the cheese really exploded in the mouth as soon as Sheng Pu'er came on the palate. So again, this particular concentrated cheese note of this hard paste cheese were intensified and almost purified, where became more clear and clean with this tea. Very amazing effect. Now let's see how it goes with High Mountain Oolong. Again, we start by cleaning. And now here I can feel that there are some notes that are a little bit similar, that want to combine, but they don't really manage. The tea and the cheese are still side by side. They are not mixing together. So it's not as good combination. It's not really unpleasant. It did not kill or reduce the taste, but it did not really work so well, especially after trying the Sheng Pu'er, which was really, you had almost the feeling that you had the same two fragrances echoing with each other. Here the tea is nice, but it does not really add much to the cheese experience. So that's very interesting to notice how these cheeses don't necessarily go well with the same type of pu'er. The soft paste cheese did better with Shou Pu'er, which is lighter in fragrances actually, and the hard paste, more matured, more concentrated cheese did better with Sheng Pu'er. This is maybe a rule that might have some exceptions, but it is one rule that you can use to make your own exploration, your own tests. And you saw my approach. Try to first take a little sip of tea to cleanse your palate, and then a small bite of cheese. It doesn't have to be much, and so that you can then add tea and notice how both interact together, and then you will quickly by yourself find out which one gives you the best interaction. Clearly today we had two winners, the Cœur de Neuchâtel with the Shou Pu'er and the Comté with the Sheng Pu'er. Thank you very much for your interest. I hope that you'll give me thumbs up. If you have done your own experiences, please share them in the comments. And I'll see you next week again to talk about Louis and his charging. Okay, bye bye. I'm looking and everybody's asleep, so there are no questions. Thank you very much for the hearts that you are sending, and have a wonderful Sunday evening. Bye bye.